Very warm welcome, everyone. This is our 44th meeting of Personal Growth Leaders. We meet every Saturday, 2 p.m. GMT. That is a time currently. And across the world, the times are different, as we know. So very warm welcome, everyone. It's great to see a lot of guests as well joining today. It's always good that guests come into the meetings and enjoy our meetings, and if they like it, they take the decision to become our members, and we grow our membership base that way. As I say, the more the merrier. That's the most important aspect. If we can have more members, more people joining together and sharing their experiences, we learn from each other. And that's what this club is all about. We learn from our personal experiences, and by learning through our personal experiences, we grow. And that is personal growth leaders. And then we become leaders. So with that, I would like to hand over the virtual gavel to the Toastmaster of this meeting, Anvita Hegde. Thank you very much, Anvita.
Thank you, DTM Somesh. Good day, Toastmasters and dear guests. Once upon a time, there was a primary school teacher named as Mrs. Klein. When Mrs. Klein told her class of first graders to draw something for which they were thankful, she thought how little these children who lived in a deteriorating neighborhood had to be thankful. She expected most of her class to draw pictures of turkeys and Thanksgiving tables. What took Mrs. Klein aback was a picture made by Douglas. Douglas was a very forlorn guy. He was most likely to be found close in her shadows when they went out for recess. Douglas's drawing was simply this. A hand, obviously. But whose hand? The entire class was fascinated by his image. They started guessing whose hand it was. I think it's the hand of God that brings us food, said a student. It's a farmer's because they grow turkeys, said another. It looks more like that of a policeman's and they protect us, said a student named as Lavina. Finally, Raj concluded by telling, I think it's all the hands that help us, but Douglas could draw only one of them. Mrs. Klein just ignored all the comments. She bent over Douglas's desk and asked him, whose hand is it, kid? Douglas mumbled, it's yours, teacher. Mrs. Klein then recalled taking Douglas by the hand from time to time. She often did this with children. She was very surprised to know that it meant so much to him. What Douglas had was gratitude. Dear Toastmasters, let us be thankful not only for the materialistic things we have, but also for the small things which people do for us. Let us be thankful for each and every thing. Today's session is a regular meeting followed by a special mastermind session by our district champion of evaluation, DTM Ahmad. So please stay tuned for another 1.5 hours. Moving on, I would like to call our grammarian for today, our Malaysian guest, Tinisa, to give us the word of the day. Please give her a big round of applause.
Thank you, Anvita. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as the language evaluator, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listen carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. It is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is blessed, which means a form of appreciation and showing gratitude. An example of using the word is, I was truly blessed to learn the culture of that beautiful country. Thank you, and back to you, Anvita.
Thank you, Tinisa. I'm truly blessed to be in this meeting today. Next up, I would like to call our first evaluator, DTM Ahmad, to read out the speech objectives of speaker 1. Please give him a big round of applause. You're on mute.
Thank you very much indeed, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guest. Our first speaker for the day is going to attempt a project that focuses on the process of inspiration. In a total number or in total time of 5 to 7 minutes, our speaker will present a speech that revolves around an inspirational topic, story, or message. One of the most important aspects is to get you inspired and motivated to do a better goal in life. Wish the speaker all the best of luck, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thanks, DTM Muhammad. Please put your hands together to Toastmaster Satya, learned helplessness. Learned helplessness, Toastmaster Satya.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Good day to you, dear Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Have you ever experienced a negative self-thought, negative thought in your mind that I am not good at anything, I don't have friends, always be in a depressed state? Have you ever had that experience? You can raise your hand. Yes, most of us do have that. Let me share with you my own experience. When I was in 10th standard, I was a very average student. Surprisingly, I could scrape through my 10th standard examination. I never expected to do that, in fact. Always had this negative self-thought saying I'm not good in studies. I used to sit in the last bench in my class so that teachers don't ask me questions. Always had in a different kind of state of mind. I was gloomy and also always have this kind of a negative self-thoughts is what I used to have at the time. One fine day, my brother Muralidhar walked in and said, "Hey Satya, what happened? Why are you looking so depressed?" Then I explained to him my state of mind, my condition those days. Then he gave me a very good pep talk. He said, "Satya, always have positive thoughts in your mind. Whenever a negative thought comes, turn it around and make it as a positive thought." From that day onwards, it's transformed. I was very young. I listened to my elder brother. Then I put in so much of effort. Though I couldn't go to college because of my poor average studies, I started working, but in the evening, I attended college, then studied law, then postgraduate, then finally did my PhD and postdoctoral degree, the highest degree in my country. So today, if I reflect back and think, my negative thoughts turning into positive thoughts helped me a lot. You may ask me, how did you get this kind of a whole insight into negative thought turning into positive thought? Let me give you an example. Have you heard of Martin Seligman, a US psychologist, a renowned psychologist? Any one of you heard about him? Can raise your hand. Anyway, let me share my screen with you and explain about what Martin Seligman kind of discovered in a study that he did. Quite interesting for all of us to know. Are you able to see my screen? All right. This is Martin Seligman for you, a famous renowned psychologist. He took a bunch of dogs, stray dogs, and administered them shocks, mild shocks to them, and used to ring a bell all the time when he did that. After some time, the dogs got to know that shocks are being administered, though there was no bell rung by Martin Seligman. Then he took the next experiment. He put them into a cage, sort of, and on the left side was the shocks, on the right side, there was no shock. And he administered mild shocks to the same very dogs. What do you think happened then? Anyone can guess? Can anybody suggest what happened? Did the dogs move to the other side to safety? No, it's difficult to say. But what did Martin Seligman discover? He discovered that those dogs which were given shocks earlier didn't move. They accepted that kind of a stoic punishment, just slept over there, didn't move at all. Then what did he do? He took a fresh set of dogs which were not administered the shocks earlier and put them there. Those dogs immediately jumped off to the other side of the partition where there were no shocks. He then went on to explain that a person with kind of a learned helplessness, that is what he gave, that kind of an example. Persons with negative kind of mindset will have this. It's like a horse. Imagine a horse without being tied up to a pole is kept there, but it keeps thinking that it is tied up. It doesn't want, though it can wander off, it will not do that. A person's mind will be like that if you have negative thoughts all the time, is the discovery he came. Then he went on to explain what happens if you have negative thoughts all the time. You will have a kind of a sense of helplessness always. You will not be good in studies. You will, if a person is abusive, will continue to be abusive, take the abuses without, reacting or retorting to that. Then your relationship may also be bad, and you will accept to as it is. You are, even if you are a poor person, okay, you will say, okay, you will resign to that kind of phase. Therefore, dear Toastmasters, let me stop sharing this for a moment so that I can see the timer. So, dear Toastmasters, whenever you get a kind of a negative thought, what I suggest to you is keep a diary or a journal, write down those negative thoughts, and after that you change that negative thought into a positive one, again write it down. That will give you a great kind of a motivation. These self-talks being positive, negative to positive, will give you great motivation, readiness to take more challenges, turn them into opportunities, and be more creative and have better problem solving skills. You will then finally move from a state of helplessness to a state of hopefulness. Over to TM Modi.
Please give him a big round of applause. Can I or can't I? Henry Ford has said that if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you definitely can't. That's because of learned helplessness. Very beautifully explained, Toastmaster Satya. From now on, I'm just going to utter I can, no matter what the situation is. Now, I would like to call our next evaluator, Toastmaster Rosie, to read out the speech guidelines.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. So this is for our second speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Somesh. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. So this is an icebreaker of the first speech under the engaging humor pathway, and the speech length is 4 to 6 minutes. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Rosie. Please put your hands together to DTM Somesh, the Global Village. The Global Village, DTM Somesh.
Faltia, Gora Mahagat, Konasatatu, Tome Gamao. Can you guess what language I'm speaking here? That's Irish. Faltia means welcome. Gora Mahagat means let you always be blessed. Konasatatu means how are you? Tome Gamao means I am fine. I know only these words in Irish. I don't know anything other than this in Irish. So my Irish language is done. I hope you know where I am from originally. The people who are in the club from before. Any guesses? Please unmute and say.
Are you from Kerala, India?
Yes. I think I've given one icebreaker before.
I remember well.
This is the advantage of pathways. We can keep exploring ourselves as much as we can. Every time we give icebreaker, because as an individuals, we are like a book, which is an eternal book, literally. As individuals, we can speak about our experiences, and each and every individual in this whole world can learn something from our experiences. So I wanted to share about this global village aspect. The global village aspect, we can talk about the global village in 3 different ways. And by the way, my 5-year-old daughter comes from school and she teaches me more words of Irish, but I cannot learn that. She comes and she says that this is this is that, and I want to learn, but somehow I'm not having that interest. So this is the global village that I'm talking about. I wanted to say 3 things about the global village. The first thing is the virtual global village that we have here. The technology is creating that network of a global village. Let me try and understand, let's understand this word, global village. So let's go to the word village first. How many of you have stayed in villages, at least at certain point of time? One of the things about villages, what is it? Most interesting aspect of villages, the intimacy that you have. People know about each other very well. That is a village. And globe, we know, the whole earth is a globe. So global village is helping us in terms of understanding how we are connected to each other. And my experience of the global village started when I started the technological journey, understanding of technology. So that's the virtual. The second is when we meet face to face. And what has enabled this face-to-face connection between people from different countries? It's a flight, isn't it? People can take an aeroplane and get to whatever place they want to. So this is another great technological advancement, which is bringing in so much change. There was a joke that was going on in our office. People were getting sick at the same time, even though they were at different places of the world. So one person was in Sweden, another person was in America. I am in Ireland, one person was in India. So it's across the continents, Asia, Europe. One person was in Australia as well. And everyone was getting sick, and they were saying that the bug is getting carried through the Microsoft Teams, the software. So I sneeze here, and you all get the cold. This is Global Village, ladies and gentlemen. And what to speak of our thoughts? Thoughts have so much power. It is amazing. Through thoughts, when we come in association with someone, we can understand if we are not in a proper frame of mind, and if someone comes in front of us, they will get that vibe. Whether you know it or whether you don't know it, they will get the vibe. So this is the aspect of global village. Everything is interconnected. There is no thing that is not interconnected. And let's understand this, that whatever thoughts we are sending out, it is going out, and it is going out to each and every person in this whole world. So let us always have the positive thoughts, and let us send kindness, love, and enthusiasm to the whole world. Thank you so much, Sloan.
Please give him a big round of applause. kindness, love for the entire world. What a great message. I remember the concept of butterfly effect when I heard your speech. If a butterfly flaps its wing in Northern America, in Kerala there will be a cyclone. In Antarctica, if a glacier melts, then sitting in Ireland, you may experience global warming. That is the concept of global village. And I'm really grateful for this Zoom for bringing us all together from across the globe. Moving on to the next section of our meeting, it is the table topics section. I would like to invite our table topic master, Toastmaster Sabaria, to take the screen. Please give her a big round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day, Anvita. It's a blessing today because I'm here with you all at the meeting. What happened is I had a challenging 3 to 4 days because I was traveling throughout the country. I'm from the south of the country and I move on to the north of the country. And I went to a village today because to attend a wedding of my husband's nephew. And can you imagine the blessing that I found? I got this fruit, pomegranate, a huge big one, and it says it's from Egypt, and I only pay $1 US, which I would normally have to pay about 5, Malaysian ringgit is 5 Malaysian ringgit, $1 US. Normally in the supermarket, I would have to pay double. And that's a blessing. And the blessing in my life is, despite the challenges of the workshop and the motorhomes having some problem, I'm here. I'm here at the corner of the mechanic's home, and I'm here to share with you about the blessing and beautiful things. And to do that, I would like to call on our first Toastmasters to share with me about your Thanksgiving dinner. Who will that be? I want to call someone from Canada. And who will that be? Canada? Teresa? Share with us your Thanksgiving celebration, please.
Madam Table Topics, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. My celebration this year was very meager because my husband and my daughter were making a trek to Newfoundland, which is about 4 provinces over in about 3 days travel. So I was here alone with my 2 dogs, and we enjoyed a chicken pot pies. Normally, my Thanksgiving dinners are a little bit more extensive, setting at the table and turkey, which my husband has decided that he wants to do the turkey. And my daughter, who has now moved to Newfoundland, was the backup cook. So I'm not sure how next Thanksgiving will work. Back to you, Madam Table Topics.
Thank you, Teresa. So you were having chicken pie instead of your big and elaborate Thanksgiving dinner. That's fine, as long as we appreciate the blessing, and friendliness. Right, can we move on to the next one? Who would like to volunteer? Can I call upon a guest? A regular guest? Champion speakers all the time? He's looking. It's Shafu.
Felix,
Shafu.
Felix. I thought Felix.
Felix is our counter. It's okay now. Shafu, I want to give not so simple topic. Someone who have to take real good topic. Okay, and it's going to be. What will it be? Every day is a blessing, and I'm thankful. Shafu, every day is a blessing, and I am thankful. All yours, Shafu.
Thank you, Topic Master. Every day is a blessing and I'm thankful. Why? Simple, I'm still alive. Ladies and gentlemen, in our life, we have a lot of problem, a lot of misfortune, a lot of obstacle, and a lot of things happening to us. But you have to remember, each time you wake up in the morning, there is still chances for you to solve the problem. There's always way to move forward because you're still alive. Ladies and gentlemen, 365 days a year is not something, it's not a privilege to a certain, just for a few people. No, everybody have it. All of us here, all 14 of us have the same day, 365 days, have the same hour, 24 hours, have the same week, 52 weeks. Regardless, is how you manage your time. Because time is static for everybody. And for me, each time I wake up in the morning, I reset my mind. Today is a new day. And today I'll start a new challenge. What happened yesterday is yesterday. I cannot do anything about it. Like one quotation that I still live by it. Do not regret about the past, except to learn. Do not ponder about the future, except to plan. And today, and this hour, this minute is ours. And up to us what you want to do. Back to you, Topic Master.
Oh, wow, what wisdom. 365 days, and today is today. Don't worry about yesterday. Wow, that's a lesson for me. Yeah, I'm here today. And shall we move on to from Malaysia guests? Can we have someone not from Malaysia, not from Dublin, but somewhere else? Can I see Priti Kumari? Priti Kumari, can I have you to share with us a table topic? Is that okay? Are you in, Priti? Okay, we'll come back to her. Now I'll call upon our Toastmaster, Elena. Are you okay to take one topic? Because we haven't heard from you for some time. All the way from Germany. Okay. And your topic, okay, it's going to be about also about Thanksgiving. Yours is, what do you enjoy most at your Thanksgiving dinner, Alina? What do you enjoy most? Share it with us. Oh, yes, Alina.
Dear fellow Toastmasters, I'm from a country where we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. But I have enjoyed Thanksgiving in movies, and I like it a lot. And what I liked in Thanksgiving, in the movies I have seen, is that all family gather together and they travel from all around, let's say, US in order to be together. So this is something I admire a lot, that all family members dedicate time to gather with each other and spend time together. And of course, the dishes that they prepare, wow, they are great, like the turkey or the sweets that are really nice. And I really like what they put on the table and around the dishes and all this decoration. It's great. And I really enjoy seeing people celebrating Thanksgiving. It's really nice. And I hope someday to celebrate it too. Back to you, Mrs. Tabletoppers. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Okay. Thank you, Lina. It's different in Germany, it's different in Canada, and it's different in the States. Can I call upon from USA, Kathy? Could you share with us something?
I knew that's
Are you there?
might be headed. The beauty of Thanksgiving.
Yes, it's gonna be us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I actually, for my Thanksgiving this year, I've only seen my in-laws, my husband's family. We actually drove 6 hours by car one way to visit my brother, my husband's brother and his family. And we actually took our dog with us. We ate, we hang around, did things, and then drove right back. It was a really, really long day. But the beauty of Thanksgiving is that frequently you see all the food and things like that. But I think with COVID, there's a sense that, yeah, the food is fun, but I think I put a little survey on Facebook, if for any of you that follow me on Facebook, and maybe you've seen it, asking what your favorite thing about Thanksgiving was. And one of them was like turkey, one of them was stuffing. There was like 4 options, and D was other, because I didn't include any of the sweets or anything like that. But the number one thing that was their favorite thing about Thanksgiving was actually being with their friends and family. I think that's become even more important. You know, the important to see that blessing of just being with our family and friends that we've been so separated from. It's great to be on Zoom, and our beautiful club here will always be on Zoom. But there's just an energy being in the room with somebody else and to get to finally see your loved ones. I still haven't seen my family since COVID hit because we just haven't been able to connect. And it's been because they live in Texas, but I couldn't connect with my sister at this particular outing. They live in a different part of Texas. But the biggest thing, the biggest blessing is to be able to see family and friends. And for those countries that don't celebrate it, this is one day to really focus on Thanksgiving, but just like Mother's Day and Father's Day, it should be something that's celebrated every day. Looking at your blessings helps keep us in that positive mind frame, because frequently we look at what we don't have yet, but sometimes we need to remember, well, always we need to remember what we do have and be grateful for that, and that allows us to flow on to more blessings. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters.
Thank you, Kathy. Oh, yes, we must be thankful for the family and the friends that we have every day, not on a special day. Yep, we believe, everyone of us believe in that. Thank you so much. Can I have one? Okay, I would like to call upon a guest. Sangip, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, I know you're there. Okay, Sangip, well, I'd like you to help me. I'll share with you, and I'll like you to help me to tell us. No, I've given Chapel this one. Okay, a grateful heart is a magnet of miracles. A grateful heart is a magnet of miracles. Have you got that? Sangip, all yours.
Yes. Yeah. So I think this is a very nice topic, and this is at the same time it's something I can add I can add this with something called spirituality. Okay. So if you talk about the spirituality in spiritual terms, so this situation is very very important there. So if I say that if I especially when I listen to the spiritual gurus or somebody who is very very spiritual person, then I feel in this way. Okay. And okay. So that time it comes in mind. Okay, mind how to help people, how to make difference in life, how to make good for the people, how to think for the people. So this is very very much important important aspects. Yeah. So this is from my side. Yeah, thank you.
Sure, no problem, Sangip. Yes, the
Right,
heart.
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
No problem. Thank you so much for your sharing about it starts with the heart and spiritual and religion. Yeah, it's always being with the heart. It starts with the heart. So it's love and blessing and thankful is always from the heart. I know I can have one more. Shall we have another one before we go to our next agenda? Felix, would you like to speak? From Malaysia? Yeah, why not? Oh, good. Okay, I'm going to share this. This last one is for you. It is, at the end of the day, I'm thankful for my blessed, at the end of the day, what is it? I'm thankful that my blessing is bigger than my problem. Yes, I'm giving this to you, this topic to you, Felix. You okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, no pressure, no diamond, no table topic, no word of day, I press for everything and I keep my smile to you. It's because I'm here. This is the smart way to apply my word of the day in my table topic speech. Also, I will learn it. I press for it. It's because English are not my mother tongue language. That's one of the reasons I use a smart way to learn it, to deliver my speech. Before that, I would say I'm very appreciative to all of you to let me have opportunity to join in this club meeting to practice my speech. One thing from my speech, you will notice, although I'm not a good speaker, but I am a confident speaker. I do speak fluent and steady to you my message. As I know, good speaker is not the person who can speak a lot, non-stop, keep on talking. But the most important thing is communication. How well we can deliver our message to people, let them understand what we're trying to say, feel our passionate, and feel my smile to you. You will feel very warm because smile is contagious. I can give you my positive energy. If you look at me, and I will show you how. Trust me, one day you will give me a big support because Felix is keep on moving to become a good speaker one day. Back to you.
Felix, you're not one day, you're already a good speaker. You are confident, you're there, you're enthusiastic, and all of us welcome you to our club. Even though we're advanced club, no problem. It's open to everybody. All are welcome. Thank you very much. Now, I know that everybody is talking about Malaysia, Canada, Germany, and things like that. All we are going to visit each other and see each other in person. But before we do that, I have to hand over the session to our Toastmasters of the day, Anvita, all yours.
Please give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Sabaria. Before today's meeting, I didn't have much idea about Thanksgiving, but now I have a clear picture about it. Thanks to the table topic speakers and to the table topic master, I got to know that it is just a day to celebrate with our friends and family. The speakers made me realize that I should be thankful for each and every single thing. Moving on to our next session, which is the evaluation, I would like to call our general evaluator, DTM Teresa, to take over the screen. Please give her a big round of applause.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. It has been a very blessed meeting, I must admit. It's very enjoyable. So far, we're having a fun time. Our first evaluator this morning, this afternoon, this evening is Ahmed, and he is going to evaluate Satya's inspirational speech. Please welcome Ahmed.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and our wonderful speaker, Toastmaster Satya. In Sanskrit, Satya means loosely the truth or the essence. And today, I think Satya tried many impressive tools to deliver the essence of an inspirational process of moving from a negative thought status to a positive, uplifting one. I liked how Satya tried to use all the pre-COVID tools in presentation, especially the one that you stand up and you face the audience, because the way when you stand up and you face the camera or your audience, your body language automatically adjusts and gives you in a more confident state. Not only that, but Satya also used personal story between him and his brother as an anchor or a springboard to the main idea or main concept shared by a very nice experiment and a well-known American psychologist, Seligman. I had to Google that up. But when I did, I was very happy to know that there is a wealth of knowledge, a body of knowledge about how to train the mind into thinking away from negative thoughts. I really felt informed and educated. And this made me think about all the moments I felt down and in a negative thought process. So well done for that, Satya. a wonderful job done. Today, my job is also to point out areas where you can improve in your next inspirational process. And I think I can summarize my feedback points into 3 main areas. The first one is content management. You tried your best to send across the concept, but I felt that time was not on your side to deliver the actual process that we can go to apply the concept. You focused more on that there's a concept, there's an experiment, there's a psychological background behind it. But now I was left thinking, so now I know this. What can I do right now? The tips that can make me feel the urge of moving from a negative thought process. And I think you stopped at the yellow light. So you still had probably a minute to add a take-home lesson. The 2001 world champion, Darren LaCroix, says, good speakers make you feel, think, or do something 3 days after the end of your speech. That's one. Number 2, I felt that it was tricky to move from a standing position back to a sitting position to share the screen. Although it was nice to see the actual visual experiment of Mr. Seligman, but if you continued standing, we will use our imagination to really serve us better. And number 3, I would think that your next process should focus more on the adjectives or more than the information, because inspiration is a very emotional process, more than a head process. Otherwise, thank you very much, Satya, for sharing the truth and the essence, and wish you all the best of luck. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much for that very comprehensive evaluation, Ahmed, and I'll give you my thoughts a little later. Our second evaluator is Ruziana, and she is evaluating our club president, Somesh, and maybe she's going to use Irish. Please welcome Ruziana.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster, Teresa. Dear Huit, hello. I think those are the words that you used at first when you started your speech and you asked us to guess. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, and of course our president and also the speaker, Distinguished Toastmaster Somesh. So by altering those words, and you asked us what language was that, at first I was thinking like Hindi. Oh, wrong. Yeah. And then you said it was Irish. Okay. So it wasn't so clear to me that point until you pointed it out. And then you were talking about global village, and you asked us earlier on, you remember where you were from, and then Sabaria said that you were from Kerala and all. So this is you have variety of a way of doing your icebreaker from the one that you did before with all the slides. So congratulations. I really like it because you, at first I was thinking what's global village is all about, and then you break it down to smaller pieces by explaining what is a village, and then like all of us here are in a small village, sort of a small village, and also what's a global means that we are all here from all sides of the countries, and you have all those things that I have nothing to point out with. You have the gestures, you have the voice modulation and everything. The only thing I have to say here maybe the fact that you probably can teach us 1 or 2 words of Irish, like ask us to say it out, so at least we can take out something. For example, maybe I say it wrong, like Dia do it, Dia do it. Dia do it. Is that the right way pronunciation or whatever? So maybe you can teach us 1 or 2 words of that, of Irish language or the tune of how to say it. We want to learn those words. And I wish you could bring Irish village to us, one or two words, so that we can learn. And when you say, so we can have something out of your speech as well, because it's a global, all of us, the topic itself is really capturing and it's really good. So I like to learn one or two words, such as what you said, the last of your speech, slan, is it sloan? Slan. That means thank you and goodbye. Back to you, Madam General Event.
Thank you very much, Rosianna, for that lesson in Irish. You did a great job. Maybe Somesh will teach us someday in a project. May I have the timer's report, please?
Yes. For the prepared speeches, Satya 607 and Somes 552. For the table topic session, Teresa 57 seconds, Saiful 137, Elena 111, Kathy 222, Sanzip 127, and Felix 137. And for the evaluation session, Ahmed 324 and Ruziana 320.
Thank you very much, Madam Timer, for your report. Our grammarian, please welcome our grammarian. Tunisia.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Can I share my screen, please? Okay, so over here, the list of those who use word of the day for blessed is Anvita, she used it once, Somesh once, Sabaria 7 times, Saiful once, Kathy 3 times, Teresa once. I did not find any improper grammatical uses, but I found a lot of lists and quotes thoughts that I liked. Satya Narayana said, always have positive thoughts in your mind. Turn negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Anvita said, can I or can't I by Henry Ford, and thus I'll always say I can. Somesh said, we are like an eternal book. This is a technological advancement and it's a global change. Thoughts have so much power, it's amazing. Let us send kindness, love, and enthusiasm for the entire world. Ma'am, a general evaluator, you said my Thanksgiving was very meager. Our minds have stronger waves than computers. Keep thoughts positive, or they do pass on. Saiful mentioned, it is how you manage your time. I always reset my mind every time I wake up. Do not regret the past, only as a lesson. Kathy said, the biggest blessing is to be able to see family and friends. Every day is Thanksgiving Day. Sanjeev said, when I listen to a spiritual person, I feel grateful. How to make a difference in a person's life by being grateful. Felix said, I am a confident speaker. And he said, a smile is contagious. I can give you my positive energy. And finally, Ahmad Shukri said, Satya in Sanskrit means truth. Thank you. And that is all for my sharing.
Wow. Thank you. We can sure learn from you, Tunisia. Thank you so much for that. And for our next report, we go to our passionate all-counter Felix.
Okay,
Please
well, I would like to share my report to all of you. Can you read my report now?
Yes.
Okay, in my report, they have some three sections. One is prepared speech. Only for the second iterator, Lujana, you have recorded quite a number of and then repeated words. So for the others, I think it's okay. Should try to control when you have some. If you need to express something, you might have tried to pause it for a few seconds and then continue. You will avoid to become filler words. For table topics, the fifth speaker and the last speaker, Felix, and recorded quite a number of using I can, that time, yeah, repeated words. And for our technical team, it's good. Only I noticed Grammarian, Teresa we say okay one time only. That's the end of my report. Thank you.
Wow. You're blowing us away here. Thank you so much, Felix, for that report. And now for my general evaluators report. We started fairly well on time, but we did catch up, so it was good. Our theme from Anvita, she started with a story. I think that is so powerful. And Anvita has got her timing down a little bit better, so that was very good. And it really set the tone for our meeting. We then moved on to our word of the day, blessed, and it was used quite a bit. For Thanksgiving, it is a wonderful, wonderful word. And we really enjoyed seeing the word of the day on the screen. Unfortunately, Tunisia, we didn't get to see you. So I'm not sure how we can go through that. Yes, there she is. So it was wonderful to have the word. And I'm wondering, how can we, I know other people have two different screens. I'm not that talented. Our first evaluator came up and gave our introduction for the purpose statements for Satya's speech. And I felt that our first evaluator gave us a positive, telling about the impressive tools. And also he gave us the idea of 3 ways to evaluate for moving on, because it's so important to give evaluations that do help the speaker move on. And those 3 were the content. He evaluated on his content. He then evaluated his content management. He then evaluated on the fact that sometimes we tried to do too much from standing to sitting. And that was a good, I think, a very good point. And also to give us more emotional thoughts. And I thought that was very well. So thank you very much for that, Ahmed, that evaluation. Rosianna, she always starts with a wonderful introduction. Thank you. And moved on to give positive thoughts about Somesh's speech. I would have liked to have seen perhaps a couple, maybe a point to grow on or whatever. It's so difficult sometimes. I know myself as an evaluator, you're watching, other than the fact that perhaps the speaker could have stood, but I don't think I'm supposed to say that. And then the meeting, as I said, overall, I felt it was blessed. Our grammarian comes on with her wonderful, wonderful, comprehensive evaluation and report. And then Ahmed, and then our all-counter Felix, both showing us how we can make our meeting even better. Table topics, wonderfully done, really showed us Thanksgiving around the world, even though in Germany they're not celebrating it. Our German friend is learning about other people's Thanksgiving. And I believe that you did really do the good bridging between the speakers as well. So that was very good. I think the overall message is from Satya's speech, learned helplessness. I think that is so powerful. And I'm with Anvita when she says, let's just say I can. And back to you, Madam Chair.
Please give a big round of applause to DTM Teresa for her wonderful evaluation. Now I would like to hand the screen over to our president, DTM Somich.
Thank you very much, everyone. Another amazing meeting. It's great to see, as Teresa was telling, Tinisa and Felix, you have shown us how can these roles be done in the best possible way. Thank you so much for increasing the level and the quality of our meeting by showing such a comprehensive report. And thank you so much, Saiful, Sanjeev, Preeti, for joining us today. It's great to have you here. And thank you to each and every member here who are consistently coming and consistently doing the roles and speeches. I think it's the consistency that helps us in growing. And let's keep this consistency and let's do our best in terms of making this club a club that will help each and every one of us to grow personally as much as possible. Thank you so much. And it's a great pleasure to attend this meeting today and be a part of this meeting. Thank you.